In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to organize research papers in Joplin. If your notes and research papers are starting to feel scattered, Joplin gives you a simple way to bring everything together in one place. The goal is to create a structure that is easy to maintain, easy to search, and flexible enough to grow as your research grows. In this walkthrough, I'll show you a clean setup that helps you keep subjects organized without making the system feel complicated. Start by creating a notebook. On the left side of Joplin, find the Notebook panel. You can either right-click in the notebook area and choose New Notebook, or click the plus sign to create one. When the name field appears, type Research and confirm it. This notebook will act as your main space for storing research material, so it's a good idea to give it a broad, clear name that makes sense at a glance. Once the notebook is created, the next step is to organize by topic. This is where your research becomes much easier to manage. Instead of putting everything into one long list, create notes for each research subject inside the research notebook. For example, you might create one note called AI, another called Climate Change, and another called History. Each of these notes can serve as a dedicated space for collecting ideas, summaries, article references, quotes, or reminders related to that specific subject. Keeping one note per subject is helpful because it reduces clutter and makes it easier to focus. When you open Joplin later, you will immediately know where to place new information and where to find existing material. If a subject becomes larger over time, this structure also makes it easier to expand without losing track of what you already saved. To make your workflow more consistent, use a research template. A template helps each note follow the same format, which can save time and make your notes easier to review. For example, when you create a new subject note, you can structure it in a repeatable way so that your research always feels organized and predictable. This is especially useful if you're collecting information from multiple papers and want your summaries to stay neat and comparable. Finally, use tags. Tags add another layer of organization on top of your notebook and subject notes. They're useful for labeling notes by theme, status, or any category that helps you filter your research later. This means even if topics overlap, you can still quickly group related material without changing your main note structure. With a research notebook, topic-based notes, a consistent template, and useful tags, you'll have a practical system for organizing research papers in Joplin that stays clear, searchable, and easy to use.